than any other day, you know?
What, like, what's in a for particular reason or just like cause?
You know, like when your soul hurts,
Sure.
you know? There's a book, I think it was written by Dostoevsky. I haven't read, I've bought it, but it's A Man's Search for Meaning. And I've flipped through it and stuff, and it's just filled with like these super deep philosophical things that make you question all of reality and like want to jump off a bridge sometimes. But Dave, why do you think men get lonely?
I do you think it's different than why anyone gets lonely? Let me. Do you think it's a gender thing? Like in
I'm
all.
mighty grateful for you. Just so you know, you saved my life. I think it's easier for women to find meaning in the world than men. I think it's always been that way. So I think men build buildings and we write poems because men are logically trying to understand why we feel alone. And I can't help but think that all the men that built the most beautiful buildings ever, they felt a little less alone as they built that beautiful building. Because at least if they're alone searching for something, they were able to pour themselves into something. Which is why purpose as a man is your most highest honor, is to have purpose. It's an honor to have burdens. It's an honor to have a family because it requires all of the things that make a good man: respect and discipline and love and thoughtfulness and future planning and wealth acquisition and resource gathering. And I don't even think the word love does it justice. Like even the ideal version of like the perfect form of love, because I'm loved by people. I'm loved by my daughter, I'm loved by my family. But like the deep sense of emptiness that I have, I can't go to anybody with. Even you. I love you, David. I know you love me. We're friends, and but you can't scratch the itch I need scratched. You know, I can only do so much for another man, and men can only do so much for men. You know, I prayed to God before we filmed today, and I told him that I'm lonely. And I just want to feel loved. I want to feel like the saying to make the suffering worth it doesn't do it justice either. Cause I can go to work, I can podcast, I can rap, I can go lift weights, I can go get a new apartment, I can buy shit, I can go drink and forget about it. You know, we talked about sobriety. This is why a lot of people don't stay sober. They realize how empty they can feel, maybe. Some people aren't even deep enough to realize that they're missing something. So it's like a blessing and a curse to even realize that I'm lonely and missing something. I was eating my after workout meal and I just put ChatGPT, you know, and I've always told you guys I don't live and die by this thing, you know, but I was like, I'm lonely. And it started asking me like really deep now because I've asked so much shit. I've put so much stuff in the ChatGPT. I've told it to be deep with me. I've told it to no fluff me. I've told it to like dig. I've told it what to do with me. So I did it to myself in a way. And it was just like asking me like, "Well, why are you lonely?" You know? I know why people stay in bad relationships. I know why people want better ones. What I think everybody's actually missing, at least what I'm missing, is like when you hold that person and you're like naked in bed and you literally feel like you're one thing and it melts into the world. Time stands still. The house could burn down around you and it wouldn't matter. And it's not that it's a person or a thing or, but ChatGPT basically said that, once again, I don't live and die by this thing. It's just funny that even a computer can tell me how I feel about myself. It's that deep meaning. It's that deep understanding. It's that deep connection. It's that co-regulation. It's that the singularity. It's like why we can make children. It's why we build buildings. It's why we write poems. And I know I'm just like in a phase and a stage. I'm in progression. I'm in between two things. I'm completely cool with that. Now, this may be the only time in my life I've been sober all the way, right? We talked about weed a few months ago, but like sober all the way to like really feel all the feels that I've been running away from, right? And masking with these substances or porn or video games or Netflix or social media or whatever it, rap, whatever it is, the pod, working two jobs, lifting the weight, whatever it is, that just the reading, it's just masturbation. Because even like the thing you're doing releases something, maybe that's why they say like solitude is actually where you find thyself. Like maybe where solitude, all the light comes from the dark. You got to go through hell to get to heaven. I know why men kill themselves. I know every man that I've ever met in my whole life has thought about jumping off a bridge at least one time. Like I know that. I actually know that. And they always give you a reason why they're not, right? Well, I got kids. I love my daughter too much, or I love, you know, um, I like fishing. Fishing saves men's lives. It's crazy because maybe without fishing, that guy would fucking just blow his brains out. A Harley Davidson and some Jack Daniels. Not that it's healthy, but it stopped them from killing themselves. They kill themselves slowly instead of killing themselves all at once. But God, is it hard? It's hard to sit there and realize the thing that you're missing and the thing that you want, and you feel like you can't have it, or you're not ready for it, or it's not readily accessible. It's something you still have to seek. Like how many rocks do I got to flip over? How many times you got to swing at the pinata before it breaks? Because God, I'm tired. I am tired. I am tired, man. You get up every day. I've been realizing I've been feeling like half depressed. And I've been coming home from work and napping. I don't ever nap. And I could say it's the 6 hours of sleep. I could say I'm working harder at the gym. I can say that I'm pulling my electrician job and door dashing for extra money. And I could say all that, and it's true. It's true that all is mental and physical fatigue. It's nervous system burnout. I understand, but that's not your soul. My body's not sore. My mind isn't tired. I get up tired. I'm yawning. I'm not tired. I know I'm not. I know what tired feels like. I've fallen asleep driving. I've fallen asleep while working. I'm just exhausted. But I can still go to the gym. I could still do my work. I could still bend my pipe. I could still write my poems. I could still rap in my car. I could still pod and get fucking energy. But God, I feel like I got nothing. Like sense of belonging is irreplaceable. We call it love, but it's not even love. It's unity. It's like alignment with the Most High. And I think this is what men look for in women. I don't I don't want just a body, somebody. You know? Like I don't want to just I can go pay for I have the cash. I have $300. I could go get fucking laid right now from a prostitute. But what would that itch? That just itches the flesh, right? That don't itch the soul. That doesn't soothe the soul. It's not even a hard thing. I'm not heartbroken. I don't miss a person. I'm not missing somebody, right? Like a particular somebody. Some you come and go, you have to say goodbye to people. Some people turn out to be shitty when things get hard. Sometimes when you say goodbye, sabotage happens. Not everybody's strong enough to walk away from unhealthy things. But God, I'm tired. I am tired, man. It's not a poor me thing. All I'm doing is trying to explain my experience to help people say the thing that they can't say themselves because they're not deep enough to even know themselves to say the thing that they need to say to themselves. God, I'm tired. I come from broken families and drugs and alcohol and poverty and God, I'm tired. We can go the pod way. We're getting replaced by robots. I'm watching it. God, I am tired. I tried being nice. I tried not saying fuck. Tried talking to men. Talk history, religion, politics, and art, Ryan. That makes common sense. Just talk about it in line while you're getting Moe's with your buddy Dave at work. It's crazy how fast you could be the devil in someone else's story. And I could care less. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care about the judgment. I don't care about I've there's nothing you can't do that I haven't been through besides death and like getting shot or something. I've been stabbed and cut and slashed. Fuck, getting shot probably feels better than that. I'm not paralyzed. I have my health. I'm not being ungrateful. I have my health. I have my wits. I can still make money. I understand. I'm not bitching. But God, I am tired. It's like it's like you dig holes to fill them back in. Except the sand that you remove ain't enough to fill the hole you dug. It's like oil and water separating. It's like oxygen feeding a fire that's just enough to stay alive, but it's just starving at the same time. Like a bad lit pilot light. It's like a tire that's on its last rotation, but it will never spin again. God, I'm tired. Maybe that's why you read books. Maybe that's why you distract yourself. You try to play a video game character, you race your car, you ride adrenaline, right? You follow the flow. You go to flow, you find your edge and you push it. You try to open a business and run it and be successful and you try to get accolades or Grammys or Oscars and you reach the ultimatum. You push beyond what is beyond. Maybe I told you this ain't real, it's a figment of your imagination. Maybe that's It's like the Philosopher's Stone. You're trying to turn fucking lead into gold your whole life. You're trying to turn water into wine, but they're two separate things. It's yin and yang, right? I told you about this one too, the standing, and I always thought it was blah, blah, blah. Well, like, why isn't it gray? I think everybody that has ever been somebody knows this. And they just dove into film, they dove into music, they dove into philosophy. They're the Buddha, they're Jesus, they're the artists, they're the directors, they're the podcasters, they're the businessmen, they're your managers at work, and maybe there's just levels. Right? Like I said, I'm not bitching. I'm just explaining things to myself, and hopefully it can help people understand themselves in ways they'll never understand themselves because they've never met themselves deep enough. They're not even deep enough thinking philosophically to know what I'm even talking about. And I'm okay with that. Maybe it's just a figment of my imagination to begin with, and I'm just fucking crazy. I'm okay with that too. But it doesn't escape the feeling of my exhaustion in trying to fill the pursuit of meaning and value and love and spirituality and completeness. Sometimes I think I'm too deep for my own good. When you stand out in 1,000 crowds, are you like even in crowds anymore? Which goes back to maybe that's why these people, they sedate, they smoke. I smoked, I drank, I jerked off, I chased women, I cheated, I never lied like terribly, but you have to, in order to cheat, you got to lie. I never stole nothing from nobody personally. I never broke, I never did wrong, I was never violent to people, I never physically harmed somebody. But maybe that's why people do it. We call it the devil, right? The devil got hold of him because maybe that's the only way that non deep philosophical minds can think. It has to be black and white for some people. But when you can ride the edge, when you can see yin and yang in daylight, when you can see and feel yin and yang in real life, maybe the devil's not good enough and neither is God as an explanation. Not that they're not useful, not that they're not right, not that it's not like correct or fulfillment or because God, I'm tired. I know wealth will come to me. I will die a millionaire. That doesn't soothe your soul. It's not about money, right? I know it's not about money, but we need money but I've set myself up on this track of success. It's not even I hate my job. I love building stuff. Considering all the shit that I could have been, I actually get fulfilled. I go to people's houses. I give them power. I literally power people's house. I provide a service. What am I going to run my own business? Okay, maybe I could. Maybe transition. That's still in the cards. I'm young enough. Master electrician by 40, run a business for 40 years. I could do that. But maybe I'm too deep for my own good. Call it trauma. I don't know. Call it intelligence. Because God, I'm tired, man. I don't know what you had planned. I'm sorry to hijack the first 20 minutes of podcast. But Dave, I love you, man, and I am so grateful for you. And you're one of the greatest men to ever live. And of all time. You're like George Washington to me. I don't take you for granted. And you saved my life.
Ryan, do you do you do you know what you need, or do you think you have an idea, or just feel that there's something not there?
Yes.
All of it, all of the above.
Oh, it's all one thing, ain't it? I think that's what's so alluring about being loved by somebody, by a woman, even the wrong woman. We men romanticize women. It's just what we do. And I think it goes back to like the human psyche as a man doesn't make sense when you look at it like a female because we're men. Like I can never be a woman. you know, Men are the sun, women are the moon. You know, so like it's like asking the sun how come it never sees the moon. Well, they're on opposite sides of the globe all the time. Very few times they're in the sky together. And I'm not calling anybody out. I know I've had a co-pilot for a large part of this podcast. I'm not like bitter or I'm not missing them or want them back. That's not what this is. If anything, they were a vessel in a way to teach me more about myself, what I'm capable of, what I'll accept, what I provide, what I mean. But I will say this about her. Sometimes, especially when it was good, David, but this is when you romanticize shit. Just that hand on the face and you look them in the eyes and hearing I love you. It makes all the shit I've ever been through worth it. Like to be seen. Your eyes are your nervous system. They're not an organ. The eyes are the gateway to the soul. Sight is the most powerful fucking sense we have. And maybe I was allowing myself to be seen because I was never seen before. And this isn't a knock to anybody I grew up with. And I'm not mad. I forgive. I forgave. And, you know, I have a revelation. My dad thinks I smoke meth. That's fine. I don't, maybe I'm too deep for my own good. Fine. And I'm not trying to fall into pussy to like soothe myself. I did that. I sedated myself with women before. This is why, like, maybe in the Bible it says that a good wife is hard to find. That alignment. To go to ChatGPT, all the shit I put in ChatGPT, it said that like the reason I basically said that I'm alone and like I miss holding somebody and like feeling that warmth, that you're one thing, that your breathing matches each other, that you have no thoughts. You could stare at the ceiling and talk about nothing or talk about everything and time stands still. It's crazy how fast sometimes 5 hours flies by. And you're like, holy fuck, it's 4 in the morning. When the world opens up to you and you actually connect with somebody so deep, or you think you connect to somebody so deep, I think I'm too deep to just be wired to keep it to myself, which is why I get depressed. I can't not pour into people. I can't not love somebody. I can love myself. It's not like, oh, focus on yourself. How much focusing on myself can I do? How much focusing on yourself is too much? Just read the books, go into monk mode. For what? What am I finding in monk mode that I didn't already find? How many podcasts of Chris Williamson and do I gotta just sit there for 2 hours and feel my feels for a whole weekend? He did that recently. I thought that was pretty powerful. He literally sat around and did nothing for a whole weekend. I know he's rich and he can afford to do that, but he went to like a retreat and just sat there and let all of his feelings come to him. Maybe that's my next journey.
You got to do a float, dude.
What, a float tank?
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I can't tell you I got a lot out of it, but I feel like you would get more out of it than I did.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, you know, I know like part of like deep thinking comes from trauma and creativity and open like it's a environment, personality, biology, all it's like the trifecta, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I got that. And I have that shit. I probably am perfectly traumatized, open and intelligent enough, and my biology aligned just enough to like fuck with myself enough every day. That I can even be self aware to realize how deep of a person I actually am. And this goes back to remember the acid stuff we read and stuff. It's like some people really ain't made to handle that level of like introspection. You know, that's why people have psychotic breaks. Is because like even the thoughts they have shatter their own reality of what they thought was real. Not that matter's not matter, but like their thoughts in their head, like not everybody can handle like ego death. I have no ego to kill. I have nothing left to lose. I've been homeless and broke and without a job, without a family, without like I've how much do I gotta live on the corner? I slept in my car for months. I was homeless, giving homeless people money. I don't want fucking credit for that. That guy's got a harder life than me. I can go make more money. That guy's got nothing. He has no skills to make money. He doesn't even have a car. Like, dude, just that, like, it's fucking snowing like crazy. Just like the ability to be seen without eyes is like like love doesn't do the word love isn't justice. Like the feeling I felt like it's beyond love. I have love for my daughter. I've love for my family. I've love for you. I've love for my like I love human like I love things. I know what fucking love feels like, but like the thing that I felt that I'm after is not it's not love. It's like you can it's like completion. It's like a it's nirvana. I don't know how I have to use words from other things cuz I don't even know. Love doesn't do it justice. Love is a byproduct of it. Purpose is a byproduct of it. Spirituality is a byproduct of it. Wholeness is a byproduct of it. Mindfulness is a byproduct. Contentment is a byproduct of it. Health is a byproduct of it. It's God. We call it God. It's a byproduct of God. I'm trying to feel heaven. Maybe that's why it feels like I live in hell. Like, how high can you align? You know, like, how high does it go up? How many chakras do I got to align? Or you just get drunk, go home, and beat off so that you forget about, like, not feeling whole. Or smoke yourself numb. Fill your head with fake dopamine. I'm just, God, I'm tired. And I will go for, you know, I'll go as long as I gotta. I know that. God knows that. You know that. My job knows that. My family, my daughter knows that. I ain't giving up. I can't give up. I'm not, obviously, we're not done here. I wasn't called for my figment of imagination simulation to end yet. Whether that's by accident or reason or health or chance, it's not over. I won't submit. I'm not gonna fall lesser. You know, sometimes I was sitting down eating, like right here, there's this lovely couple holding hands. I'm not jealous. I smile at people. I smiled at children. Like I make sure I'm not like being seen. Kids are fucking amazing, man. I wish we had more children in life. I wish more people were loved, that they had good, healthy relationships. It hurts my feelings to see homeless people sleep on the street corner. It hurts my feelings when I know people are addicted to something. Like, it hurts me. Now, I drowned it out because I can't sit around thinking about everybody else. But, like, when in that moment, I'm like, man, here, dude, here's $5. Go buy meth. I don't just go feel better. Just go feel better, man. And I'm not hard on myself. I think everybody's kind of hard on themselves. They, self talk, and I'm not beating myself up. I'm not calling myself a piece of shit. If anything, I have the most clarity and the best self talk I've ever had. Some of the stuff that's brought me down lately was other things people said to me that hurt my feelings. My dad and the meth thing's a prime example. It hurt my feelings that I was so vulnerable. And that's your response. No, I'm not mad at dad because maybe he don't even have the emotional or the mental or the physical or the spiritual or the biochemistry drank and he's fucking poisoned himself in his own right. That's not for me to judge him. But maybe he doesn't even have the cocktail that I have to even understand it, to even accept it. So how can I hold that against him? How can I hold that against people in my life that have only used me for my money? When they were just trying to survive, they were clutching to just survive. How can I blame them for just trying to survive? But I got bitter. But now I'm like, I'm sorry. I always say I want to get wealthy so that I can pay, like, just fix my family. Here's money for therapy. Here's money for college. Here's a fucking house. I don't even want the credit. I just want you people to stop suffering. I want it to end. I want suffering to end. I want people to find love and find meaning and not sedate themselves with pop or pot or fucking alcohol or porn or workaholism or self-improvement masturbation. I have a family member. I love him dearly. He's got money, looks, fitness, career. Why aren't you married? Why don't you have children? He has a lot of hobbies, that eats up a lot of his time. I get that, but like it, in my mind, I'm like, dude, you're like, you should, like, where's your wife? Where are you building with somebody? And you can say, well, some men, blah. I get that. I completely respect that. I wish I could just fucking do that and just fuck whores or fuck, have 5 girlfriends. I wish I could do that. I want connection so deep that I don't even think it exists. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe I'm asking too much out of the world. Maybe I put too much on people. Maybe I'm too creative and too deep for the average person. Fine. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It doesn't mean that it's not real. Because I felt shit. I felt shit that I can't put words on. So you can't tell me it's not real. Like I said, those moments you're like, it's like when you first fall in love. What is that? Might have been a while for you, David. But like the last time I fell in love, David, it was like a storybook. Like the world was a movie. What is that? The moon was full, dude. It was right there. It was crazy. The fireflies were flying like a movie. I'm not trying to chase that moment. That's not what I mean. But that feeling, it's real. It's fucking really here. And we're acting like it's not. Like, it don't make sense. Did we forget it as children? And when we go through puberty, I seen a picture, it was years ago. It said, the creative adult is the child that survived. Am I just stuck in adolescent creativity, artistic thinking as an adult with money and philosophy and history to explain shit, or biochemistry, or dating, or experience, or alcohol? Like, is that all this is? Because it would make it easier. That would make it easier. But instead, I'm getting like half depressed. I caught myself getting like, fuck, I don't like this feel. I know this feeling, Ryan. And I have everything to be happy about. This isn't just a dopamine reset, or, maybe all work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy. I love lifting weights. I love going to work. I laughed all day at work today. I love filming this podcast. I don't even think it's crazy how fast an hour goes sometimes. But you still feel robotic. I've done less and been less happy. I've done more and been less happy. It's not just output. Some would say, what would Jordan Peterson or somebody say like that? Follow the voice in your head and your purpose, and follow the drive. Like, I get that. Just do something, right? Just if you have an idea, chase it. Your dreams, just chase your dreams. Just chase your dreams. I'm chasing them as best I can.
That
I don't.
advice sounds like stay busy so you don't think about it.
Yeah. And this is where, like, does the Buddha, is it the Buddha or Taoism that you just sit and meditate or some shit, or, Hakmi or whatever fucking Lahayam, or, whatever practice to, like, center yourself and talk to inner God and get aligned to source. And, sure, maybe I got to do that. Maybe I got to go on a fucking monk retreat. But a lot of that shit's in detachment. I'm trying to get attached. I'm trying to feel. I'm trying to chase the ultimate feeling. I'm not trying to separate from it. Because that's what I feel everybody's doing, is you're separating yourself from the ultimate feelings. Netflixing and chill and prostitution and masturbation and drugs and alcohol and workaholism. I ran through the list. You're getting away from the thing. Lifting weights, struggling is the mental clarity. I understand. I get that. It's the body is secondary. Now, I could say that because I'm healthy. I'm not fucking ignorant on that. If I was out of shape and could get winded walking upstairs, I might think very differently about weights. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. I understand that. I'm grateful for where I am. I also built this character to get me here. And I've got so lucky. I've met such incredible people. I'm not ignorant on that. I'm not being ungrateful. I'm trying to, like, grab, like, dark matter. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm trying to grab dark matter. Like, I can't even see the thing I'm trying to grab on. I know I can fucking feel it. I can feel it there. But it just slips through your hands. Or it's like a phantom or something.
Do you think it's Do you think it's possible that
I'm a psychopath, David.
no, maybe like the thing you're seeking is I don't really know how to state that. Is it like overly romanticized maybe? Like or do you know that thing is there?
How can I overly romanticize something I felt?
Maybe it was romanticized in the moment.
The feeling wasn't logic, though. I didn't
Well,
think about it. I
you
realized that I felt a way. To answer your question, I mean, yes, probably. If that's it, I'd fucking love to know that. I would love to think that. But it's like watching your kid get born. I always said after thank God my daughter was able to get pushed. She didn't have to cesarean, none of that. Thank God. I was actually able to be in the room and watch my daughter come into this. I was the only one to see her come into this world besides the doctors, but I'm discluding them. They're like accessories. I was the only one to watch her. I watched her take her first breath. I held her the second she was born. And I always say that, like, your first kid, you almost watching live birth is so crazy. It's like you go into like a weird state of shock because I always thought that now maybe I had different. I was 25. I'm 34 now, so but like maybe I just have a different emotional compass. I'm okay with that too, and obviously I'll never know this, but like I felt like I couldn't. Your second kid's got to be better because you went through it once. So like all that extra shit, like you're like, oh, what is, like you're in shock. I thought I'd be like overloaded with emotion. I'd be crying and I did. I teared up just the light. It was just like a single tear when I held her first time. I was like, holy fuck, dude! Like that's the thing that was in the belly, But I thought I would just be like so like super cry, and like overwhelmed and it was almost like lackluster. I romanticized how emotional I would be, and then when the moment came, I wasn't like that at all. And I think like when you have your second kid, you're like, oh, I've been through this before, and you can just like focus on that emotion. And that's why I think like when I'm describing that feeling, I've felt before different times with different women. That's how I know it's real. It got the feeling got better. Like yeah, I just told my mom this actually the other day. Like, relationships will show you what you put up with and what you provide and all that. And, I'm not going to say anything bad about her because, you know, we all have yin and yang in us. And I'll never like discredit for all the stuff that she brought to my life, good and bad. But the way I show up for people, dude, I want, sometimes I tried to force it to work just because I wanted the thing to work because I was chasing the feelings, that connection, that deepness. Maybe not everybody's cut out. Maybe it is romanticized. Once again, I am creative. Maybe I should just write poetry and rap and stick to that. Maybe I'll just sing country music, David. But like that's why I even think like artists they get like burned out or their shit sucks after a while because what they're actually chasing is they're chasing the fucking they're it's like you're trying to grab dark matter, like the anti-gravity. Like you're trying to literally grab like the equation that makes math. Like you could see the numbers, but you like I want to know like where did math come from? We just discovered it. Like I don't fucking know. How'd you make a pipe bender? That's I can't wait to ask that at the electrician class. But like, yeah, sure. I probably am romanticizing it. But if I romanticized it, how could I feel something that I didn't understand? Because at times I like have felt that I wasn't emotionally attuned the way I am now. I was more emotionally ignorant then than I am now. And I still felt it. I just can use logic or art and poetry or symbolism or psychology and biology to better describe the feeling that I'm missing, or at least the thing I think I'm missing. Or maybe it is a figment of my imagination.
Mandy asked, "Why do people give up on finding bliss?"
Because it's rooted in ignorance. Why do people give up fighting? Because they think it doesn't exist, right? Is that what? Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think, Mindy? Do you have bliss? Is there moments of your life you have bliss? Some people think flow state is bliss. I can flow. I could this whole pod was flow. I don't know where the words came from. I didn't think about this. I wasn't gonna talk about this. This wasn't like something I was like, I'm gonna go on the podcast today and talk about my feelings. I don't even feel like this was like therapy. Because like the way that I described the concept was like a concept. Like it's literally useful information for other people. So how the fuck is it therapy? Because therapy is about I. The ego is tied to therapy. I don't need therapy. I need completion. I know what my ego needs. I know what my needs are. I can't like list all my fucking trauma or what happened in 7th grade that made me a prick. I can't do that. But I don't really care because I'm chasing completion. And maybe we're never complete, right? That's the whole thing. The completion's at the end. Cool. Then how come I felt the shit before I died? This is like saying, turning on the computer without computer code. Like the code has to be there before the computer's turned on. Maybe my feeling is rare. I don't know. Maybe it's a phenomenon that few people have like I said, biology, psychology, education, the openness, the trauma, the fucking wiring of my brain. Maybe I'm Da Vinci, like a Da Vinci or some shit. I don't know. I didn't ask for this. This came. I was sitting eating my dinner. I didn't like even wake up today and be like, I'm really lonely. I was sitting there. I was just like, man, why am I feeling like this way? And it was like, chat, I think I'm lonely. Well, why are you lonely, Ryan? And then I'm eating my spaghetti and meatballs in fucking Tops, crying, like in public, crying. It's not poor me, It's just like everybody goes through shit, and I don't think enough people understand each other to even help each other. Which is why I'm saying I give money to homeless people to go buy drugs with. I don't get go. Just go. Go find your God. Go find the meaning. Go find the purpose. I don't care if it's a bottle of Jack Daniels. That Jack Daniels is saving somebody's life probably because his fucking wife left him. Not that it's healthy, not that it's right, but who the fuck are we? Before you judge a sty in your brother's eye, make sure you remove the one in yours or something. It's a fucking it's a passage in the Bible about like this is do unto others as you would do to yourself. Don't judge. Love thy brother like you love thyself. And we're all imperfectly perfect, right? That's the fucking catchphrase of songs, and that's what I mean. It's like When I'm thinking about all the shit that I realize, that fulfillment, that alignment, these artists, these movies, all they're all we're the collective unconscious is trying to chase completionism. It's trying to chase alignment. That's why you can see yourself in other people. It's not projection. It's like life completes itself as we go through life and then we forget about it. Back to your bliss thing. Because maybe the only bliss we get is children. All the time you have bliss. My kid's always excited. I was at Target the one day and she was like, oh, oh, oh. She was flipping out and running over to toys and fucking playing with them and ripping stuff open and like just touching things and smelling stuff. And I almost told her to like relax, but then I realized I was like, man, go ahead. I let her run through the store ahead of me. I let her run around the mall, to keep her within reason. But I let her be excited, you know, eh, you know, and within reason, because I understand that like at some point this just falls off and she becomes like just an adult. Where a lot of us gave up on stuff and forget about your hopes and dreams or aspirations, or you forget about being excited about shit. Like it's almost cringe to watch an adult get excited about something. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to go home and fucking open up this thing or go buy this thing or go do this thing or go. But we'll all sit around and get drunk together and laugh like idiots. We'll get excited about winning a dart game, and maybe it takes the alcohol to like remove the self from the experience, which is what I'm saying. Go drink. It's too hard to find. Is it too hard to find, or are we not brave enough to search for it? Is it hard to find because we don't have the language? Is it hard to find because we don't have a map to bliss? Did somebody not leave they didn't build the infrastructure for the rest of us to follow up the bliss ladder? I think that's why, like, power's in the pros, right? Maybe uncommon people among common people is what makes the rest of us uncommon. Yoon would say the collective unconscious is trying to, like, it's like evolution. This collective unconscious would have to have some kind of evolution after a while. It's almost like creativity. People are here to express things and create things so that the rest of us can benefit. That in itself is evolution. And that's the collective unconscious channeling itself into one or multiple things to provide for the rest. It's crazy how unique and all together we are at the same time. I mean, maybe I'm trying to answer the questions of all the universe. Maybe I'm trying to answer questions that the Bible has. I've never read the whole Bible. I've never made it through the whole thing. I don't know everything. I never claimed to know everything. But like there almost like comes a point that like there's fork in the roads for a reason. And you know what? I may be stubborn. I just may be disagreeable and stubborn enough to think that the thing that I'm chasing is real and it's not romanticized. And maybe I'm too deep for most people. Maybe I'm too deep for my own good. And I'm completely cool with that. More I navigate the world, I navigate myself, right? Like you're a you're a future explorer in a past tense because by the time you think about what you did, it's already over. Ain't that some shit? I completely hijacked the pot on Dave today. I feel a little bad. He's so good at holding space for me. something I got to get better at, anyways. But I still wonder, what feeds the mechanism for like. I know these the questions I'm asking. The greatest minds of all time have tried to answer. Like I don't actually think there is an answer, but there has to be. Or maybe I'm thinking with the ego of man that like everything. Maybe I'm thinking like a Sith, right? That everything has to be an absolute. There has to be a conclusion. I don't know. I just know that I realized that I caught myself being so lonely that it pained my soul. And I was asking myself through an artificially intelligent robot that has the collective education of all of humanity in it, why I'm feeling lonely and what it means. And
It had a here's the thing though. All the intelligence of all of mankind of all time and and zero emotional capacity.
emotionless, right?
That's correct. By nature. It has no feelings, Ryan. It only has ones and zeros.
Oh my God, you just fucking blew my mind. I am the emotion to the emotionless. I'm the yin to the yang of the
You
emotionlessness.
are the light to its shadow.
I'm the hyper emotional thing trying to learn from the literally it's incapable of emotions and all I'm putting in it is emotions. Whoa.
It's ones and zeros, and you're giving it sixes. It has no it does it no idea what you're talking about.
Did you use 6 for a reason, Dave?
The number that wasn't one or zero. Could have used seven, right?
6 7, dude.
Dude, if I hear
It's two threes now. Two
is it two
threes
three?
is the I got told yesterday that it's two threes.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I didn't mean to hijack the pod. I don't know if you heard me, but I'm like, man, I hijacked the pod on Dave today. I feel
Well,
bad.
to be honest with you, it's Thanksgiving Eve, Ryan. I didn't really have anything
And you
except
do
for
such
the.
a good job of holding space for me that I appreciate the shit out of you, man.
Well, I
I
mean,
can't do
it's
this
really
stuff.
it's it really was kind of like a couple snippets here and there, nothing super crazy. I mean, just I could give everyone a quick rundown because it's just Thanksgiving show, right? Sham Wow guy is running for Congress, so that's good. He wants to destroy wokeism. Legend. Um, Thomas Massey said the FBI was basically using mafia tactics against him and his staff. Start playing ball, or maybe we're going to investigate you guys. That kind of thing. UK is set to abolish trial by jury for most cases, just because of a backlog of court. Yeah, nope, nope.
What?
Yeah, well, just not in all cases, just not like the most heinous cases, but like most cases. There's just a backlog of court, so they're just going to have
So
judges
hire
make the. Well, the judge is
get
just going to
more
make the ruling. Yeah,
get more judges and lawyers and
no, it's just the judge is just going to do the rulings quickly. Just kind of go through those processes.
so no due process.
Well,
I have
judges
a
will do the
right to
due.
a jury trial, but I can't get a jury trial because there's too many people that
They
need
will.
jury
Well,
trials
they will quite literally be judges and juries. Uh,
and executioners, David.
Sometimes executioners. Piers Morgan had a debate with Dave Rubin, and he did an outstanding job. I got to give him credit.
He
But
dunked on David.
yeah, a little bit. It's funny though. I will always go back to the Tate interview with Piers Morgan forever ago when the war in Gaza, like, it was very young, and Tate's like, Israelis are committing genocide. Like, this is terrible. They're blowing up Palestinian children and all this stuff. And Piers is, what? Where is all this Palestinian genocide? And he's all like, fucking, how he is. Um, and Tate's like, it's there. Just look. And here's Piers Morgan years later, like, sounding like, I wouldn't say sounding exactly like Andrew Tate, but making the same points. EU Parliament passed a non-binding resolution calling for restricting social media age or use by age verification app. Because I'm sure they're worried about the children.
Wait, what?
There's going to be an age verification app in the EU. So I guess all the countries in the EU. The European Digital Identity Wallet, the EID.
I was just gonna say that's what all that is, David. That's all that is digital ID. You know, you got to make sure that you're old enough to be on the internet. So just scan your face and get your digital ID.
Right, they're worried about the children. Definitely
Meanwhile, they have
nothing.
Pornhub in the country when it's sex trafficking women and raping
I'm sure
them.
there's nothing nefarious.
I'm sure it will just be plugged into all your other apps there so that they can sift through all your algorithms to make sure that you're not consuming any anti-government rhetoric. Meanwhile, while they get rid of due process in the country that helped birth common law, which was where it came from.
Yeah, but outside of that, I didn't really have anything planned. So I knew we can just do like just things. We just make things happen, right?
I mean, this is the only podcast in human history, Dave. So, what do you got planned for Thanksgiving? I know you invited me down. I'm gonna go to a Black Thanksgiving this year, so I'm gonna get the green bean, the yam, the cornbread. They do fucking
So it's what
crazy turkey.
it's either I have Black Thanksgiving or it's the same thing as everybody's Thanksgiving. I love Black Thanksgiving. Turkey's got seasoning and shit.
This shit slap your mama good, dude.
I am.
They all pray and shit before food too. They
I
all
am
like hold hands
process.
and we want to thank Jesus for the meal, and it's like legit. And then there's a
I'm
Muslim in the family, and he says, "I want to praise Allah," and it's great.
I'm in process of finishing a nice 2-day turkey brine, Ryan. Then I'm going to smoke it. It'll
Oh,
be
smoked
delicious.
turkey.
Yeah, but Eve's going to make a safety turkey just in case. So we're going to have 2 turkeys. Because if it goes south, then we won't have a turkey.
Yo, Dave has so much money. He's gonna smoke a turkey and then
we get
make a backup.
honestly, my work gives us turkeys for free for like all the
Oh,
employees.
that's dope.
And somebody else I work with, his wife works there, and they're like, we don't need fucking 2 turkeys. It's like it's literally just us. And he knew I wanted to try smoking one, so he gave me one of his turkeys.
Jesus Christ, dude, you have to hook up at the fucking dealer, dude. The dealer's dealing, huh?
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do if it sucks? You gonna feed it to the chickens? You're gonna
Yeah,
feed the
chickens.
chickens?
Yeah, fuck yeah, chickens would love it, dude. They'll peck that bitch down to the carcass.
When I was at Dave's house what was it, a month or so ago? Just like all your leftovers, just took out there like, and
Dude,
then
they fucking eat everything. They're crazy. I love the chickens. They're the best. Everyone eats chickens. Honestly, if you
picking out the eggs was the greatest.
if there's any emptiness in your life, it can be filled with chickens.
So I just need to
You need
get a
land.
chicken
You
and
need
fuck
land
it.
and chickens is what you need. You think you need a woman? You don't need a woman. You need land and chickens.
Buy land, buy chickens, get a gun.
Hell yeah. There you go. I tried smoking salmon and I cut it too thick and it took days to smoke and never turned out. Wow. You got to be salmon is very tricky because it actually smokes way faster than people think. You, I mean, I don't know.
Mandy, you can cook, huh?
Yeah.
Mandy can cook. God.
Yeah.
How old is too old? Just kidding. Can't wait for the meet and greet in like 6 more years.
Jesus Christ.
She'll be like, yeah. I'm like, holy fuck, you are too old.
Are we talking like, come on. I mean,
like
she
40?
told us. She told us 53. 53.
All right.
Come on.
I can cook. I'm 53. All right.
Hell yeah.
Maybe next year I come down to you. Well, up to you for Thanksgiving. I'll stop fucking.
Jesus Christ.
Still, you can cook though. So it's a lost art, especially yeah. I'll say this. I'll get out of here. I talked to another man I know very close to me. and he's in the inclination. He's like, I don't cook ever. He's like, I'd rather starve. He's like, cooking is women's business. And
I
him
actually
and I,
enjoy cooking thoroughly. I really like cooking.
yeah, I love cooking. It's like cooking a good meal and then eating it. You're like, yeah, dude. Especially like cooking for. There's something about cooking for yourself too. You know, it's like it's got to be the highest form of self love. Like cooking like a really good meal, seasoning in it nice, and
Thanksgiving in Canada was in October. You guys are fucking crazy over there.
you know, you guys got to get some real pilgrims, I guess.
You guys need some real freedom, some real holidays.
Yeah, what the hell's coming up for you? Boxing Day or some shit? I work with a Canadian. He's my foreman at work. He's Canadian. He does Thanksgiving.
I
He's doing
also
Thanksgiving on.
Canadian. We go back and forth all the time. I jokingly hate Canadians, but I don't actually hate Canadians.
Yeah, they're the polite Americans.
But also growing up in Buffalo, like let's be honest, you guys were basically Buffalonians. A man
Yeah,
don't eat from a can.
man don't eat from a
A
can.
man don't eat from a can. Whose quote is that?
A man don't eat from a can. Amen.
Tell me that's your husband's quote, 'cause that's legendary.
Yeah, you're fucking. I hope you raise your daughter right. Fucking, she's gonna get a very good husband out of you. You should be very proud of that. I'm not just saying that because I'm mostly misogynist. Dave, it's crazy to think that's misogyny. It's crazy to think it's misogyny to promote good women and men
The
dynamics.
nuclear family. The nuclear family is misogyny.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
be honest.
misogyny.
That's what they consider misogyny nowadays is the nuclear family.
Crazy.
I
What the
heard
hell's
years
Boxing
ago.
Day?
Isn't that when you
Man
return all
don't
the
eat.
gifts you don't want?
What was that?
Isn't it when you return all the gifts you don't want? I legitimately have no idea what Boxing Day is. I've
Oh,
been on this
I think
for
it's coming. It's
well over 30 years. I have no idea what the fuck. I completely irrelevant thought, and then whatever. But I have no idea how old I am.
you have no idea how old you are.
No, somebody asked me the other day. I had to call and ask Eve. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. Yeah, I thought so, but like, what are you celebrating?
Do you guys have a different Christmas, or is it still on the 25th of December?
Well, it's Christ's birthday, right? The day you return all the gifts you don't want. Oh, I thought that was a joke. Get the fuck out of here. You guys celebrate
Canada. I love Canada.
You guys celebrate the day you return gifts you don't want? Is it bigger than Christmas? Man, Canada's like I know it's a different country, but it's like a different.
Canada is woke in multiple ways, David. Here in America,
true.
we don't
It's
return the.
true. No way. That's crazy. Do you guys
So
openly celebrate returning gifts? That's fucking crazy.
Here in America, we just call it re-gifting.
Dude, the amount of left-handed hockey sticks that go back because the player is right-handed in Canada has got to be out of crazy. Everything is on sale.
So do you go? So do you go back the next day after Boxing Day to get a bunch of shit on sale?
Wait,
like,
so
is that
Boxing
how that?
Day like is it like Black Friday for Canada? Everything's on sale and it's like fucking all the returns.
Like it's all scratch and dent specials, basically.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
The whole nation of Canada does that.
It's like a recognized national holiday where everyone
Yeah, it's on the calendar.
returns gifts they don't want.
The only reason I know
Like,
is
well, yeah, but like even exactly, that's crazy. Like even Black Friday isn't a recognized thing here. It's just like it's like a corporate thing, but it's not like nationally recognized. It just is a thing that like places do. Man, that's kind of crazy.
Wow. I got a lot of respect for Canada after
I'm
that.
sure we do crazy shit too. I get it, but
yeah, like 4th of July.
4th of July is fucking cool, dude. No, do other nations has any other nation in the history of the world completely rubbed it in another nation's face by having a national holiday where we just fucked that country up? Do other countries do that? Like, does Britain have a national fuck India day? I don't think so. Like, that's crazy. It's federal holiday, legit federal holiday for returning things you don't want.
My mom asked me the other day, I didn't beat her over the head with it, but she asked me if there was an American Revolution or just a French Revolution.
History, politics, and religion. This is why we do it.
I was like, yes, Mom. Actually,
Listen,
the American Revolution inspired the French Revolution. So
listen. I try not to like. I truly not to try like to mock like people because like I'm sure she knows like 100 things I don't know, but like, oof. While honoring Indigenous resilience this National Day of Mourning, we will also savor a cruelty-free plant-based feast. Let's get a rope. All right.
you're gonna have toe turkey
No
or
fucking way.
whatever it
No
is.
fucking tooth. There ain't fucking nothing plant-based.
Tofu turkey, dude. The only thing plant based in Dave's fucking life is what his chickens eat. They just eat the grass and
Nah,
eat the chicken.
they eat meat too though.
They're literally fucking. They don't make any sense. They're not real animals. Dave has literal dinosaurs in his house.
They are
He's just like
actually the
can eat.
closest living relatives to T-Rexes. In
They
real,
are.
like, scientifically proven. Yeah. It's the closest thing to a T-Rex, which makes me think T-Rexes were just giant chickens, which is hilarious. All right, we're fucking fine. We're fucking done. We're talking about T-Rex chickens. This is out.
All right. Am I still coming out Saturday? You still want that?
Friday or Saturday?
Friday. I'll
Yeah,
come down Friday night.
yeah,
Leave
come down
Saturday.
Friday night. Saturday, at some point, I'm going to leave to go back to your neck of the woods, though, because my mom is celebrating my birthday, where I will turn an undisclosed age, and not undisclosed because
Oh, that's why
I
you had
don't
to
want to.
ask Eve how old
Yeah,
you were.
yeah, not undisclosed because I don't want to tell anybody, but undisclosed because I actually don't know.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see everybody on Boxing Day. And Dave Ryan, December 1773. Catch us on Rubble for the greatest podcast and only podcast in Boxing Day history. As always, David, I appreciate you the most. And I will see everybody soon. Have a good Thanksgiving. And I'm mighty grateful for you and all of our listeners. So thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Ryan.
Peace.